All right, welcome back, second grade. We are on math day 3 and 3B. So make sure we're on 3A and 3B. It is Friday, April 3rd, and so we'll start this lesson again today. We'll pause it, then we'll come back tomorrow as we continue to work on it. So here we go. Today's lesson, we're going to talk about comparing triangles, pentagons, and hexagons. So we've already talked a little bit about shape attributes, about telling and describing shapes, and you played, of course, some games to help you with that. Today we are going to, again, focus in on 3 shapes. We're going to talk about triangles, we're going to talk about hexagons, and we're going to talk about pentagons. So you can see triangles have 3 sides, hexagons have 6 sides, and pentagons over here have 5 sides. Okay. Our activity that we're going to do today is that you're going to be doing some building of triangles, pentagons, and hexagons. So you have to remember about how many sides each shape has, how many angles, vertex or vertices when it's touching at those points. Do the shapes have any parallel lines? Do they have any right angles? So when you are describing these to your family, make sure you're using some of these important key terms as we're describing our shapes. Now, today's activity does call for building these shapes with straws or twist ties, or if you find something else around your house that works for building these shapes, be creative. I know we're kind of stuck indoors right now and we can't get a lot of supplies, but find something that you can use for making sides and shapes of things. Remember, if you build something, you can always send me a picture on Dojo, or when we do our Zoom, you can share some of the things that you have built. Now, this does come with a sheet that looks like this. And so it says use straws or twist ties or other items if you're able to use those at your house. It says build a 5-sided shape. Then you're going to draw it below. And then you're going to write the name of the shape. You're going to build a different 5-sided shape. So it shouldn't be just like that one. Okay, not just bigger and smaller, but think about another way that you can make that 5-sided shape. Write the name of the shape. Oops, too far. Let me get back the other way. Okay. And oops. So how are the shapes you drew from problems 1 and 2 alike, and how are they different? Then you're going to do that for 6-sided shapes. You're going to continue drawing on there. So make sure that you fill in the activity page so that way we know what work you did as you're doing those comparing of shapes. All right, that's your main activity for today. So after you build those shapes, build them in different ways, make sure you do the write-up, make sure you have an adult check in with you, make sure you're using that language that we talked about in describing your shapes. Then, of course, we want you to spend time on ST. Remember, I can see how you're logging in each day. It shows up on my computer, and so that will tell me whether you're making some progress on your ST math. Again, our math lessons are not extremely long here during this part of the lesson, so you should have plenty of time for getting ST done during the day also. Also, if you want extra time, extra practice, keep your brain warmed up, don't forget those math games. You can log in, do extra practice to make sure that when you come back to school, you are ready to roll. At this point, you're going to want to pause the video. We're going to come back tomorrow, so you can just leave the video right where it is. You're going to stop for today, go do your ST, go do your games, and then we're going to come back and do the rest of our work tomorrow. Thank you for stopping in. If you have any questions, remember, you can always Dojo me, or you can check in with the Zoom in the afternoon, and we'll check in to make sure we're on the right track and doing some good work. All right, thank you for meeting with us, and we will see you tomorrow. All right. Today is Monday, April 6th. It is time for Math Day 3B. Again, we're dividing these lessons into 2 days, so you have time to get your work done, time to do that extra ST practice and games to keep those math skills fresh for you. So again, what did we learn? We were talking about some different shapes yesterday. We were talking about comparing them. We were talking about what kind of language to use. Are we describing the sides? Are we talking about the angles? How are they the same? How are they different? So make sure that you're having those conversations. So you might want to go back to yesterday's work and do a little bit of review. Make sure that you are fresh and ready. Today we're going to go on to your math boxes that go with lesson 8.3. So make sure you get out that page that goes with lesson 8.3, and we will start today's math boxes. Remember, at any time you can pause that video. If Mr. Hill's talking too fast, pause it, go at your own pace, and then you can work your way through your math boxes. All right, second graders, we're working on our math boxes for lesson 8.3. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll get you started today. Again, number one is practicing adding 4 numbers. Again, you're going to be looking for numbers that match well together. So things that are double stacks or add up to make a group of 10 together. So make sure you're looking at those numbers as you're figuring out what to combine first. Okay. On number 2, it says the white flagpole is 38 feet tall. The gray flagpole is 20 feet tall. So here we go. That white one is 38 feet tall. The gray pole is 20. How much taller is the white pole? So our mystery is going to be there. We want to know how much taller it is. Okay, so is this number going to be bigger or smaller than 38? It has to be smaller, right? Because it's these two numbers that are added together to give us our difference of what it is. So you're going to take 38, you're going to take away the 20 and see what the difference is today. Okay, so if we have 38, we take away 20. Remember, this is 2 groups of 10. So we're taking away 2 groups of 10 from the 3 groups of 10 that we already have. So that would leave us with 1 group of 10, and we have 8 ones there. So that means it is 18 feet taller. Okay, thank you for tuning in. That helps you out with a free answer of the day, which works your way through. So if you're logging in, doing problems with us, you can see how we're thinking through it together. Okay. Number 3 says, solve. You may draw a diagram. Remember, pictures are always helpful. Christina jumped 40 inches. This is 13 inches more, or 13 more inches than Justin jumped. How many inches did Justin jump? Remember, you need to come up with the number model and the answer. Make sure you put that question mark in the number model so we know what we're looking for. Okay. Number 4. It says you're going to use X's to show the following height data on the line plot. If you looked at our previous math boxes, we did a number or a line plot that was similar to this. So if you get stuck, we did part of that one on a whiteboard together. So it's always great to look back at your previous work. Okay. Number 5, Dan wrote this number model for problem 3. So he's going back to number 3, and he wrote 13 plus what number equals 40? Do you agree with Dan? Explain your answer. So you need to tell me, is Dan right or is he wrong? Okay, and why? Give me some reasons why. All right. You guys are doing great. Thank you for tuning in and getting help, and we'll continue on. All right. Good job on those math boxes. Again, with your additional time after you're done with math boxes, we expect you to go on to ST Math. Make sure you're doing that practice so I can check in and see that you are growing every day as you're checking in and doing your work on there. So I should see some growth during ST Math time, and we can celebrate you when we get back to school. Also, if you have extra time and want to do even more math, don't forget about those games online. They are right there. Just click. And so make sure that you are going through the portal and going to our site to play those math games. Remember, anytime you have questions, you can get a hold of me on Dojo or in our Zooms in the afternoon, we'll be meeting, discussing if we have any questions or any issues going on, or maybe just share how we're doing. All right, we look forward to seeing you. Thanks for checking in, and we will see you next time.